Well, hi, and welcome to this video on using Endnote for referencing in Microsoft Word 2007. So the first thing we want to do is create a new library. So we click on the new library icon, and we just create a file name and store it somewhere sensible. So I'm calling this Project Literature. Okay, so now we want to set up our output style, in other words, what format we want the references to take. So if I go to Edit Output Styles and choose Output Style Manager, I want Royal Society of Chemistry style, so I choose one of their journals, Chemical Communications. But if I wanted American Chemical Society, I could just choose an American Chemical Society journal, and so on. So let's input a reference. So we just click on the new reference icon. There's a whole wide range of references we can choose. For example, journals, books, book sections, web pages. They're probably the most common. So I'm going to choose a journal article. So we can type in the name. It doesn't matter whether you put the initials first or last. So here I put in the surname first, the year of the journal, a title, the journal title, either abbreviated or not, the volume, issue, and pages. And you can put in the start page if you want. Okay, so that's my first reference. To save that, then I just close that window by clicking on X, and there's my reference, and you can see the format in the preview window. Now I have made a mistake in this, so I can just double click on it and go in and edit that and exit again, and that updates. So that's a journal reference. We can do exactly the same. So the next one I'm going to try now is a book reference. So again, I can put in the author, and you see here now as I type in the author, it's black this time, not red, because it recognizes that this is an author already entered. I can put in the city of publication and the publisher, and X that to save it. Great, and there's my book reference in the RSC format. So finally I'll try a web page. So I click on web page, put in the author, so the interesting results associations, and interesting result in the advancement of science. That's my web page. It doesn't exist, of course. My access date and the web address. Okay, so there are 3 references, and now I want to put these into Microsoft Word. So when you install Endnote, it automatically adds on this add-in into Microsoft Word, and in Word 2007 we can access it by clicking on the Add-ins tab, the very last option there on the right hand side. So if I want to put in a reference, I click on Endnote, choose the reference I want to enter. So for example, I'm going to put in the journal reference, go back into Microsoft Word and click in the Insert Selected Reference. So we see there reference number 1 is inserted, and it gives me the journal reference in the correct format. Very useful. I can do the same for a book reference. So I go choose the book reference I want, back into Word, and click on the Insert Reference, and that's inserted, and the number of course is correct. And similarly with a web page, I can put in the web page reference by going to Endnote, choosing the reference I want in Word, and clicking on Insert Reference. Of course, very often we want to insert more than one reference at a go. So here I'm going to insert all 3 references. So I have this statement, I want to reference this with 3 references. So I go into Endnote, I can press Control to highlight the references I want. So here I just press Control and highlight all 3. And now back in Word, I just click in Insert Reference, and you can see here it says references 1 to 3. So it formats it correctly. It's very, very useful. We can select some options in Format Bibliography in that drop-down menu. And you see there, it's the output style is Chemical Communications. That's the RSC, but I could change that if I wanted to. So that's a quick tour of using Endnote.